Welcome, everyone, to the CDO magazine series of one-on-one interviews with CDOs, data leaders, and key influencers. I'm your host, Robert Lutton, Vice President, Sandhill Consultants, and I'm coming to you today from Toronto, Canada, working with the CDO magazine, the MIT CDO IQ Symposium, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Eric Bigelsen, who is the Senior Advisor and Head of the ESG work group at EDM Council. Sorry, too many ESGs there, Eric. Welcome, Eric.
Welcome. Thank you, Robert.
Eric, on a broader level, what challenges do you see companies facing with ESG data, and what are some of the immediate steps that can be taken to make sure that they're leveraging data for the betterment of our planet?
One thing companies are going to be challenged with is ultimately deciding who's responsible and accountable for ESG data within their organization. That has not been resolved yet. Companies are just trying to figure this out, as regulations can develop and evolve. So I think starting at the very beginning part is who's accountable for it. Does it reside in the CFO's office, and is it looked at similar to financial reporting, or is there a chief sustainability officer? And in some cases there is. And if so, how will those offices collaborate, with one another to ultimately provide disclosures and reporting to the marketplace at large? So ultimately, who's accountable, I think, is one of the important issues. The other one is, again, it's a data management problem. And if that's the case, you probably want to think about having a data management program of some sort, whether you have a CDO or not, or someone in charge of data governance, but have to be sort of policies, procedures, governance of the overall process to make sure that the information you're collecting both internally and externally from your supply chain, is of high quality. You know where the data's come from data lineage standpoint. If the information is being shared internally, to make sure, there's appropriate provisions to doing so, and ultimately make sure there's high data quality. So the output that you provide to your constituents and stakeholders, is you're comfortable with that. And again, that data will be audited. So both by internal auditors and my guess at some point by external auditors. So again, the quality of the data is really important. And if you don't have a data management program, like so many companies don't right now, or those that actually have very early stage data management programs, that's something they should really think about.
Yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree with that. And I think that most of our listeners would also agree, being the fact that we're kind of targeting the CDO, but also for the executives as well. You need to have a data management program in place in order to be able to deliver the betterment of the ESG for our planet. So you heard it here and confirmed by Eric and the EDM Council. Now, having read this paper and having a chat with you beforehand, I understand that this is a team effort, and that that you, as the head of this group, you would like to maybe mention some of the companies that helped create the series of the ESG papers. So perhaps you can allude as to the fact that how this came about and who's involved with it.
Great. I would absolutely love to do that, because clearly I was not the one that put pen to paper. And wrote this report myself, but there are over 80 different companies, and many people contributing as part of this initiative. Just a couple to mention right now, but companies like EY, ICE Data Services, HSBC, SIX, MSCI, Moody's, PwC, General Motors, Medtronic, Navisto, and so many more. And if those that I left out, for anybody else that sees this and they do get a copy of the report, there's a complete list of all the contributors and the companies. So I'd encourage you to give credit where credit's due. But it was really a collaborative effort, and that's really in the DNA of the EDM Council to really facilitate industry collaboration, and that's resulted in this particular paper.
And I was able to find it because obviously I had to find it for this interview. But if someone would like to find out more information on the white papers, and I strongly suggest that they do, these are phenomenal papers. Where would someone find the ESG papers? And if they wanted to get involved with the outstanding work that you and the head are doing, where would they go?
Best place to go is to the council's website, which is edmcouncil.org. And okay, the papers are available. Just you have to fill out a form to get access to the paper. And also, there's also a section if you want to get involved with the ESG group or the ESG interest group. Please feel free to fill that out and let us know. And we'd be more than happy to keep you apprised of any of the developments that we do with regard to webinars and briefings. But it's really a very robust group of people participating across multiple industry sectors. And we really encourage you to get involved and get engaged.
Eric, I enjoyed reading the 2 papers. In fact, I was left on my seat wanting more. Is there anything actually coming out that you guys are working on that you can share with the community?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. The 2 other reports that the subgroups worked on will be published within the next few months. The next one will be on the investment product creation constituent group, and the last will be on the asset owner. After that, we intend to actually summarize the entire data management best practice journey throughout the entire ecosystem with a report that'll be worked on and developed sometime throughout the remaining part of 2022. And in addition, the council right now is working in conjunction with the digitization session at COP26. And the EDM Council and the ESG work group are actually leading 2 different work streams to really focus on looking at the overall ecosystem further with other key constituents in the industry, doing a series of interviews and dimensioning what that actually ecosystem looks like, and the collection, and the procedures and the technology that's being used, and also looking at the actual opportunities to use a registry of taxonomies and very specific use cases, applying that to specific use cases. So other things are going to be coming down the pike, and happy to share those with you and everyone else when they're available.
Well, you heard it from Eric. Get involved, get engaged. Eric, we would really like to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it, and we hope that we'll get the chance to come back and share your knowledge and experiences again with what's going on with the EDM Council in the future.
Thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. For our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews.